Habbo Hotel. What can I say?
What was Habbo Hotel for the layman?
All right, for the layman, Habbo Hotel was a massively multiplayer chat room where you had your little avatar and you would dress him up, and then you would go to these different rooms that were basically just private servers that you could decorate, and you could chat with other hot young singles in your area. So as a lonely 11-year-old, I got it on.
I was just thinking about green jello.
A couple people who were probably like old men, like in their mid-40s, like trolling for children. Those were
trolling for children.
One girl who was really rich and was getting bullied at school, even though she gave everyone a bunch of really expensive presents. Felt bad for her. But the jewel of them all was not my girlfriend, but not my GF. It was a dear friend of mine that I would always talk to. And her whole story was that, well, first off, her username was Ghostly Girl.
What was it?
Ghostly Girl.
Ah.
Yeah. And we met in our X-Men role-playing room.
And what power did you pick?
Yeah.
Oh, well, see, I had a couple of them.
A couple X-Men?
One of my favorites was a mix, because you could have two powers. So one of my favorites was pyromancy and papermancy. So I would wrap my victims up with paper, and then I would light the paper on fire.
And you always chose paper.
Not always. Sometimes I was a summoner.
What'd you summon?
Normally, like walls to block attacks.
Walls?
I was basically Donald
I am
Trump.
the contractor.
Fear my hammer.
Call me the fortress.
What?
Fear my hammer.
The builder?
Don't hate on my walls.
Could you do anything other than summon walls?
I mean, I could, but
Summon doors.
yeah.
How else would you get around them? Can't D. I'm not a
I
D
needed a way
summoner.
through. Anyway, so this ghostly girl and I became very close, and she told me all about her issues in life, like how she was being haunted by a demon. And every day she would talk about how horrible her life was and this and that, and then one day she disappeared. And I didn't talk to her again for years, like 4 or 5 years. One time one of my Habbo girlfriends was really mad at me.
Oh.
Because I was in a fight against an ice user.
Oh no.
And I said, "Damn these ice users."
Was she an ice user?
She was an ice user.
Smith. You
So
can't.
afterwards, she was very upset. My GF was very mad at me.
You can't
She
damn
said,
these ice.
"Damn ice users," and I was like, "I didn't mean it, baby." But our relationship was
smooth
never
as
the
ever.
same after that.
Not all ice.
Not all ice users.
Ice users' lives matter.
I had my own club. It was sort of a rival club to the Wolf Clan, which Dylan was in. We were the reindeers.
Oh my god.
You had so many other options!
Well,
Almost any other animal.
There was a reindeer hat, so it only made sense.
Did it?
Well, people would come in the room and they would be like, "What is this?" And I'd be like, "We're the reindeers."
And they'd
And then-
immediately leave.
And they would immediately leave.
Oh, you're looking for the wolf room? Right over there.
I participated in raids against other guilds, for guilds that I was in.
Ooh.
What kind of guilds?
Well, I was in, like, the army, and they were in, like, the U.S. Navy or something.
What?
It was, but we didn't like them for some
The
reason.
army versus the
So we would flood
Imagine
their
if the
room,
U.S. Army and the U.S. Navy fought each other.
we would flood their-
Imagine like real life Navy SEAls just like on the computer on Habbo Hotel. Like, we got an incursion, boys, get to Sector 8-4.
And what would people know Habbo Hotel for?
Definitely the 4chan pranks.
Right.
Unless you played it for yourself, then you might know it for the... Not just the 4chan pranks. It's the only thing noteworthy. which of course, you know, a bunch of men in suits with afros standing in one of the public servers, blocking you from entering, and spouting things like pool has AIDS.
That is a meme and a half.
It is a meme.
Oh, but it was the biggest
used to be
May
good.
of the year. And then one day on a whim, I like logged on to my old Habbo account just because I was like, I wonder, you know, if people are still trolling the shit out of all these little like 5-year-olds. And I looked at like my private messages and I had one from Ghostly Girl. And it said, it's a long story, can't explain it all, but I did it. I got rid of the ghost. I'm free now. Thank you for, you know, like your friendship or whatever. And that was it. You know, as I kind of got older and would think about it, I figured it was something to do with like depression or like schizophrenia or something, and she just got herself medicated for it or whatever. But at the time, you know, I was like 10 years old. I was like, oh shit. This girl's legitimately being haunted every day of her life.
Game.
So, it was touching for me to get some closure on that.
That's good. Wow.